July 3rd, 10:44 a.m. I went I went out to the bars last night with a few friends of mine, and I had a good time with them, but early when we first met up, I had a beer to loosen me up a little bit because usually when I go out to the bars or the clubs with my friends and I want to be able to socialize with the other people that are in the bar or the club, I I feel the need to have alcohol or liquor of some sort to get me in the zone, I guess you can say, because I'm nervous as all hell. And I don't feel comfortable in the environment unless I have that, I guess you can say, like a crutch. And so I had gone up and I had a beer, and then one of my friends bought me another one. The one beer I was feeling kind of okay, but then two did the trick, so it worked out. And but yeah, I mean, like on the bright side, I got a phone number. I don't know what that means, but um, anyway, the purpose of this posting is I felt the need to do a Judge Your Neighbor worksheet on, what did I label it? Socializing and alcohol, because it, like Byron Katie has said, there are no new stressful thoughts. And so I think that if I have felt this way, there are other people who have felt this way too. And so that's what kind of provoked this posting. And I did a Judge Your Neighbor worksheet on my alcohol consumption and socializing in those environments. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the questions first. I am disappointed in myself because I feel the need to use alcohol in order to socialize when I go out in public. I don't feel like that I have to use that in order to feel comfortable. I want to enter a social environment of new people and be confident and self-assured as I am without alcohol. I want to be excited and feel good as I am. I shouldn't feel like I'm inferior to the new people I meet. I would want to engage in conversation without the worries that flood my head. I would suggest practicing a worry-free thought process. I need for me to be more confident, be more aware of myself, have more self-assurance, and love myself even when stepping out of my boundaries. I think I'm weak, inferior, and socially awkward. I don't ever want to feel like I have to use something as a crutch in order to feel comfortable in a social environment. So now we take a look at inquiry. I am disappointed in myself because I feel the need to use alcohol in order to socialize when I go out in public. Is it true? Yes. Yes, it's true. Can you absolutely know that it's true? It's been my experience so far. Yeah, I can absolutely know that it's true. How do you react when you think that thought? I am disappointed in myself because I feel the need to use alcohol in order to socialize when I go out in public. I feel like I lack confidence in myself because it's like I'm incapable of doing it myself and I need something to push me along. I mean, it part of it goes back to when we lived, well, because my dad was in the military and we moved around every 4 years. It was really hard for me to have a social life, because it's like, well, what's the point if they're just going to pick up and move anyway, or we're going to move, kind of thing. And I think even to this day that still haunts me. And I thought I dealt with that, but I guess I didn't. And so I use I use alcohol as a way of getting past that barrier, that thought, that fear of losing that friendship or even interaction. Who would you be without the thought, I am disappointed in myself because I feel the need to use alcohol when I go out in public? I would probably be a happier person. I would feel more comfortable in my skin, and I would probably be more engaging with people. I want to enter a social environment of new people and be confident and self-assured as I am without alcohol. Is it true? Yeah, it's true. I want to be able to feel that way. Can you absolutely know that it's true? No, I can't know that it's true, because if it were true, I would have done it a long time ago. Who would you be without the thought, I want to enter a social environment without alcohol and be self-assured? I'd feel pretty damn good about myself. I would feel pretty good about myself, and I wouldn't have a care. I mean, I would care to some degree, but I mean, like, I wouldn't care about what people thought, or make false assumptions in my head. I shouldn't feel like I'm inferior to the new people I meet. I would want to engage in conversation without the worries that flood my head. I would suggest practicing a worry-free process. Is it true? Yeah, it's true. It's true. I want to feel that way. But can you absolutely know that it's true? Again, no. How do you react when you think that thought? I feel like I'm inferior to the new people I meet. I feel incompetent, like I'm not good enough. Who would you be without the thought, I would feel like I'm people's equal? I mean, I would be able to walk up to people and actually carry on a conversation and feel like I'm on their level. Because I think for the longest time, when I don't use alcohol, it's it's hard for me to engage in a conversation with them, because I feel like I'm not on their level. Like, they're right here and I'm like down here. But like, after I have like a drink or two and I'm like, woo, I'm like up here. Okay, maybe I feel like I'm a little bit higher. But yeah, who would you be without the thought? Yeah. I'd feel like I'm on their level. And it would make it so much easier. I think I'm inferior, weak, and socially awkward. Is it true? No. No, I can't know if it's true. Can you absolutely know that it's true? No. No, because I know that things that I experience, other people have experienced. I mean, that's just how life goes. There are no new experiences. Everything is, I mean, these books and these documentaries I've read, nothing is new. All these thoughts, all these experiences, they're just recycled. I mean, yeah, they might get told in a different storyline or timeline, but in essence, there are no new experiences or thoughts. Other people have felt and experienced them in some way. Which should make it easier for me knowing that other people have gone through it as well. I'm not the only one. How do you react when you think the thought, I'm weak, inferior, and socially awkward? I feel like I suck. Like, why the hell are you out in public? I'm laughing because I've never really thought about it until just now. Where it's like, yeah, I do have a drink or two to get myself out of that boundary, that insecurity. Because I'm just a wimp. Who would you be without the thought, I'm weak, inferior, and socially awkward? Again, I'd feel good about myself. And I would feel like I'm part of the crowd. Instead of being away from the crowd. And I think part of that is because, yeah, when I was younger, I never really was part of the crowd. I mean, like, people would be standing here congregating, and I'd stand off to the side and observe and wish that I had what they had. But I didn't. And then at that point, it was two factors. Was the fact that we were still moving, and then two, I was dealing with my sexuality. So that made me feel even more socially awkward because, yeah. So we'll do a turnaround and wrap this up. I am disappointed in myself because I feel the need to use alcohol in order to socialize when I go out in public. Turn it around. I am disappointed in my thinking because I think that I feel the need to use alcohol in order to socialize when I go out in public. I don't like that my thinking has to use something in order to feel comfortable. Yeah, yeah, the thought process is a beautiful thing. It can also can be a nightmare at the same time. I want to enter a social environment of new people and be confident and self-assured as I am without alcohol. turn it around. I want to enter a social environment of new people and be confident and self-assured of my thinking as I am without alcohol. That's hard. Wow. Been battling my thought process for the longest time. It's just my thinking. I shouldn't feel like I'm inferior to the new people I meet. I would want to engage in conversation without the worries that flood my head. My thinking shouldn't feel like I'm inferior to the new people I meet. I want my thinking to allow me to engage in conversation without stressful thoughts that flood my head. I need for my thinking to be more confident, be more aware of itself, have more self-assurance, and love itself, even more when stepping outside of its boundaries. Yeah, I think it's really easy to stay inside our boundaries because it's like a safety net. It feels good, it feels safe here, behind enemy lines, but are they really an enemy? No. But I perceive these thoughts to be. So instead of making war with them, I think making peace would be the better way to go. I think my thinking is weak, inferior, and socially awkward. Yep. My thinking, my thought process of how I approach people is those things. I don't ever want to feel like I have to use something as a crutch in order to feel comfortable in a social environment. Turn it around. I want to feel like I have to use something as a crutch in order to feel comfortable. I look forward to having something as a crutch in order to feel comfortable. Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's why it's always hard for me to go out into social environments without friends of some sort, because I think I use them as a crutch to get me out. And then I use the alcohol as well. I look forward to using it as a crutch so that I can go back through this thought process. God, that's emotionally draining. I guess now all I can do is just be aware of it and push myself outside of my boundary a little more without using a crutch. That's all I got.